from a Tier-3 college, no product-based company came, and I got placed in Infosys from campus placements. Goldman Sachs interview I didn't give like straight out of college. I gave it up 1 year later. I didn't have very much crypto knowledge before I joined Coinbase, and I was interested in general crypto things. I used to follow what is happening a little bit. For college students, I think the hackathons they've participated, the side projects that they build, those are the kind of things that matter. So
Welcome to the TechPravachan with Mohit, where you get in-depth, personal, or exclusive information that we can't get elsewhere. Today, we have Kriti on the podcast. He is working as a software engineer at Coinbase. So, Kriti, please tell us about yourself.
hello, hi everyone. Thank you, Mohit, for having me. Okay, so I'm a software engineer currently working at Coinbase. I have over 5 years of work experience now. I am 2019 graduate, and I did my engineering from UIET Panjab University, Chandigarh. From
Mhm.
there, I moved to Gramener as a fresher. After that, I joined Goldman Sachs, and now I'm at Coinbase.
So, how you started your coding journey?
Okay, so my coding journey started in college. I used to try a lot of things, but I think the first experience that I have of real world coding is GSOC 2018. So I did GSOC with Koala organization at the time, and that's when I tried. I tried for like first year. I thought it will be too hard for me, gave up. The second time I tried, at that time I actually submitted an application. The first time I didn't even have the courage to submit the application. Yeah, the second time I tried, I contributed a lot there, and my application got selected. And for the next 3 months it was very like a professional kind of environment where I got feedback, I got reviews, extensive reviews, because GSOC application also you have to write your own proposal there. So that got selected, so it was a nice experience. I liked the work that I did. From there on, I genuinely interested in coding. That's why I joined like computer science in the first place. But yeah, that was the first experience, real world experience that I had, and I loved it. So yeah, there was no going back.
How you cracked Goldman Sachs? It is offline, off campus.
Yes. So in my college, because I'm from a tier 3 college, no product based company came. And I got placed in Infosys from campus placements. But at the time, while I was in college, I didn't pay that much attention to competitive coding or like DSA at all. I tried like web development. I also tried to do like learn AI at the time. I did open source,
Mhm.
but I never really did competitive coding or DSA that much. So obviously I was not very well prepared for cracking like product based companies. And at the time, even I was struggling to get my resume shortlisted. But luckily I was able to like somehow get an interview at Gramener. And I
Mm.
instead of joining Infosys, I did my internship at Gramener as well, and then joined there full time. I was a backend engineer at Gramener. I built dashboards. So, like my tech stack included Python and JavaScript. So that was nice. I learned a lot there as well. So yeah, that is what I cracked first off campus, and then
Mm.
after one and a half years during COVID is when I like during my time in Gramener, I prepared, like got better at DSA. At that time, I started applying again and switched to Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs interview, I didn't give like straight out of college. I gave it up 1 year later.
So, how many rounds are there in Goldman Sachs?
Goldman Sachs, because I was like a relatively a fresher only, so all my rounds
Mhm.
were technical. I remember like now I cannot recall very clearly, but what I remember is there are 4 rounds before the final hiring manager round. There are 4 rounds, and all of them are
Mhm.
technical. And it also had a first pre-screening round, which was also included like two coding questions for me.
Okay. How was your experience at Goldman Sachs, and what are the learnings you have
Goldman
in
Sachs,
in
my
that job?
experience was great at Goldman Sachs. I really enjoyed working there. I've been very fortunate. I've got good teams in all the firms that I've worked in. So, but like Goldman Sachs was my first company where I learned very large scale systems. So the problem statement was very interesting. I was in the market risk team, so we had like to compute like risk related things for the market data. So based on the market data, so it was a good problem, and I got to learn a lot. I like learned how big systems work, what all things like SLOs, how do you maintain them, things, a lot of things I learned there. And yeah, the culture is good at Goldman Sachs. I really had a good time.
And then after that, how did you transition from Goldman Sachs to Coinbase?
Yep. So by the time I started to plan my switch from Goldman Sachs, I had like over 3 years of work experience, and the market also started to like change a little bit. So it was not easy, I would say. But yeah, like at this time, I my struggle was mainly with LLD and HLD. Coding, I was quite good at. So my like work was good enough where I was getting like HLD related kind of problems of like dealing with scale, building pipelines, data pipelines, sort of things. So that helped. Apart from that, I prepared extensively for LAD and HLD, and that's when, like, along with DSA, and yeah, started applying again.
So how much DSA you think is enough for applying for a product-based company?
It's a very subjective answer. Like, there's no count per se. But what I'll say is like be familiar. Like basic things are that you must be familiar with all the data structures and algorithms, major data structures and algorithms. Yeah,
Okay.
like I don't care about like most companies do not care about index like B trees and all, but at least till graph and common algorithms are something that we need to be prepared for. What else in DSA? And then there are like some questions, some good questions like interview that often get asked in the interviews, or slight variation of those. That those lists are present in lead code, and there are plenty available on the internet. So those things are like big, like medium level questions should be comfortable to be solved in like 20 to 30 minutes. That's when I usually say that like that's the level of preparation that is needed for product based companies.
What are the challenges and opportunities in the Coinbase? Like it is a crypto-based cryptocurrency company. So
Yes.
what are the new trends you are seeing in the
So every firm, the work is different. Like every problem
mm,
space is different, right? So like I said, Goldman had its own thing. Here at Coinbase, I'm learning different kind of like it's a different domain itself. It's crypto related, so I'm learning a lot of this domain as well. I work as a backend engineer, so like again the same challenge of scaling the application for to support millions of users and be like making the web application very responsive, things like that, normal engineering stuff. Apart from that, I get to learn a lot of like web3 related stuff, uh, because it's part of the ecosystem, crypto ecosystem. I also get to learn about different terminologies relating to crypto. And about the what's good here is like, again, the team is very good at Coinbase, the work is good, like we explore like latest technologies, and it's very fast paced, so you get to
mm.
experiment a lot. That's there work wise. And yeah, like it's fully remote, so that's an added advantage if you prefer.
So what do you think about the future of like Web3 and cryptocurrencies? Recently,
Well,
they are in hype, but now they are
I
normal.
see. I
Mm,
am very much interested. I used to like delve into the crypto space before as well. So like
mm.
it's a technology again. Like that depends on how people take it forward. Eventually, it has to be accepted by the world. But yeah, like I see there's great potential, and then like yeah, in crypto, blockchain, the technology
Web3.
wise, it's very promising. It's very promising, and there are plenty of opportunities still. Like a lot of it has to be explored, has to be tested in the real world. But yeah, like it's a good space to be in
Okay.
it is right now.
Okay. So if someone is preparing for for this field, so what advice would you give him to start?
This field as
Tool
in tech in general or web3?
no in Web3 and crypto. If someone wants to get into this field in Web3 or
There are
crypto.
a lot of lot of open technologies, like open resources available on the internet. Get started with those. Like I
Mm,
don't know, it depends on the company. So I didn't have to have very much crypto knowledge like before I joined Coinbase. So honestly, like I knew what is Web3. I did blockchain course back in college, and I was interested in like general crypto things. I used to follow what is happening a little bit here and there. But as a technology, if you want to learn, like there are plenty of courses available on Web3, building, writing smart contracts and all. So those will be helpful. And again, like this is a very fast paced industry, so like following what's latest, what's going on in the world, what new companies, launching new products, those things help.
Can you share some your open source project and how someone can start open source? You mentioned that
Okay,
you
so
have an open source contribution.
yes, yes, I did a lot of open source contributions back in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone is in college, I think the open source programs like GSOC are good to target. You can first check what all organizations are there, and then based on your skill set, if you already knew some of the technologies, my suggestion would be to start with based on projects that are using those technologies. If you're a complete beginner, see where you want to go, like back end, front end, mobile application. Based on that, pick an organization. Start with like every organization. Most organizations do have like beginner friendly bugs or PRs that like need to be raised. Beginner
Mm-hmm.
level issues. Start with those. I think one of the good things, like with open source, is you get to interact with people, ask for help on the public channels that they have, and read the documentation very carefully. The first step would be like pick any organization, set it up locally, start going through the code, ask questions from people that are contributing already. And one step after the other, if you'll keep trying, like people will give you something to work at. And then if you're stuck, like open source is a great community, you can ask questions, so that is there. So just like go pick any organization, and like first step, read the documentation, and like set it up in your local, run it, and yeah, keep doing that.
It's hand dirty.
Yeah, get your hands dirty,
Mm.
exactly.
If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of advice about preparation or tackling like interviews, so what it would be?
Like DSA is the first and foremost thing. No matter how much you know, if you want to crack companies, DSA will be there. So, to my young self, honestly, I'll say like start with DSA as early as you can and keep practicing it. Don't even stop it if you become comfortable at some point. Keep practicing it is what I'll say. And then once you get comfortable with DSA, start with other technologies and make projects as many as you can, is what my advice will be. Like, and while in college, the good thing luckily I did was that I tried a lot of things. I even tapped into like mobile development. I did back end, I tried front end, I did like Andrew Ng's course AI at the time.
Mm.
So try different things, don't have to become pro in everything, like, but give yourself enough time to like explore and just touch and find where it clicks. Like for example, AI ML is not my forte. I don't like that much delving into AI and ML. So I know it's a very like it's a popular thing right now, so now I'm interested and I'll follow it. But as for me, I'm very happy that I'm a backend engineer and not an ML engineer. So, and I know this because I tried. So engineering is full of different domains. We don't have to become everything, like DevOps engineer, front end engineer, backend engineer, ML engineer. There are a lot of opportunities. There's not lack of opportunities, but you'll like if people will try, they'll know what they like. So that's a good thing. And like I would advise my younger self to do that more. And yeah, DSA is very important to get jobs. No matter where you are in your career, DSA will be there.
In college students mostly think about the DSA versus JAP.
Yeah.
DSA is always always required.
Yeah, it's a like every I mean it's the like hard pill that comes with software engineering. Like you
Mm.
can be very good in dev, and that is required. So but like think of it this way, to land a job you'll need DSA for sure, but to keep the job and be relevant in the market, you'll need dev. So you can't pick, they are both important, they have their both use cases. And even like problem solving in general is very useful in work also at times. So it's not completely useless. So I don't think there should be an argument. As engineers, we have to like be good at problem solving, and that comes with DSA as well as dev work.
I have one out of the context question that how AI, do you think that AI will impact the software engineers in
AI
long
will
term or in
impact
short?
software engineers that don't grow, that do repetitive work. So, what is AI? Like AI, eventually, it's software engineers that are building AI, right? If
Mm.
any work that is repetitive a lot, that is repetitive and that can be automated, sure it will get replaced, but then every new technology has more often created more jobs than take jobs. So like again, like AI will help and AI might take jobs as well, but then if you,
Mhm.
like if you're a problem solver, if you, ai cannot do AI cannot know what things to do, that eventually engineers or people have to tell it, right? So if you can
Mhm.
identify real world problems, if you can learn new things and develop, problem solving mindset, so then there's no fear of AI. It's only for those who like don't who do who get comfortable with one kind of work and then that's it. Those things can be replaced, but otherwise AI, like any other technology, is a tool. It has to be used for our purposes and to become better engineers at the end of the day is what I think.
So, how you prepare a resume? In the what tips you want to share to prepare a resume? Get shortlist.
Okay, so resume, I think resume is the first impression that you have with the HR, with the system that is going to scan your resume.
Mhm.
So resume is very important, and the most highlight of your resume is the work that you've done. So if you're experienced, then your experience counts. What kind of work, what kind of impact you've done, and otherwise it's like the projects that you've done, like for college students, I think the hackathons they have participated, the side projects that they build, those are the kind of things that matter. So for resume, it should be impactful, it should be clean, it should have like all the things that, like again, I say, like start with the most important thing, that is like experience, projects, skills, things like that. Those are very necessary, and then it should be clean and crisp. Repetitive things are not necessary in the resume. It should have like very crisp and impactful description of everything that you've done or your potential kind of.
So, do you have any favorite cryptocurrency
No, but like favoritism in crypto doesn't work that way. So no.
or a currency in which we can invest?
Yeah, I can't do that. Yes, no.
Okay. So,
Okay.
any final suggestion you want to share?
Engineering is good. Like you'll get to like it's a very good field to be in. At the same time, it has become more challenging in the
Mhm.
past couple of years. So it's very like it's challenging, it's demanding. Like only people who will continuously grow and reinvent will be able to stay in the long term. So that's it. And yeah, like good space to be in engineering. Yeah.
So, thank you so much, Kirti, for joining us today. And your insights and experiences have been invaluable. Thank you so much.
Thank you.